CNN entertainment reporter Chloe Melas, entertainment reporter Jasmine Simpkins, and award-winning journalist, CEO of Ernest Media Empire, Ernest Owens. Good to see all of you.
Hello.
So, Ernest,
hello.
I'm going to start with you. You tweeted about this, saying Kevin Hart is not funny, he's homophobic, and that you want more than just, look, I'm sorry, it's my past, I want to move on.
Yes, correct. I think for me, it's not so much about what he's saying, but how he's saying it. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have really moved on from your homophobia and your homophobic remarks, it shouldn't be that hard to simply offer an apology. His lack of humility is what really was frustrating.
And Jasmine, you have a little bit of a different reaction here. You say he's being treated unfairly. And if you think about all the other hosts, especially comedians, there's always someone that's going to be offended. And you say Kevin Hart's being treated unfairly?
I certainly do. And I think that to say that his comments are living on Twitter, they're not living currently. These are things he said years ago. And so the problem I have is if you're going to dig up tweets from years ago, then do the same due diligence and dig up his apology that he's made years ago. It's unfair. And that's the difference between a troll and a journalist. I have interviewed Kevin countless times. I think if you go to my YouTube and you go to my Twitter, you go to my social media, I don't think there's one person I've interviewed more than Kevin Hart. I've spent countless hours with this man. Even with him doing his philanthropy work, my boss Kevin Frazier is a very good friend of his. And so when I hear people speak about him, it's like, how much time have you spent with Kevin Hart to even be able to speak with such conviction about who he is today in 2018? I think it's very unfair. I
think that what I would want from Kevin Hart and people like Kevin Hart who have issues that they've had in the past is understand that it's always going to be an ever-evolving thing, and that you should just always just look at it as an opportunity to clarify and move forward rather than just be so dismissive.
Instead of a blanket statement. But there are people out there, and Jasmine and Chloe can talk about this too, Ernest as well, like Ricky Gervais, who say, look, we're taking this too seriously. It's about comedy. Here is his tweet. He says, "Dear Bleep," I can't say it, "in charge of the Oscars, let me host your show, and I promise I won't offend anyone, not even Mel Gibson, who you nominated last year." So a little tongue-in-cheek, Jasmine, saying, look, this is not fair.
And my issue with this is the Oscars, then you're going to have to find Jesus Christ of Nazareth to host the Oscars this year, because the problem with the zero tolerance policy is like this, is that we're now saying that no one can have a spot or a wrinkle or a blemish on their past and have ever said or done anything. Where is the level of redemption for people? I think we need a flow chart here then. At what point do we forgive people, and are we able to move on? I think we have to talk about conflict, about resolution and not just the conflict. And we missed a golden opportunity, as the CEO of GLAAD had said, that this could have been a teachable moment.